love lives here.
And now, let me tell you a little bit about our guest speaker, and Reverend Veronica Silva has been a Science of Mind practitioner since 2003 and became a licensed minister in October of 2020. She completed her master's degree in spiritual consciousness from the Holmes Institute of Conscious Studies in 2021. She is a staff minister at Namaste Center for Spiritual Living in Long Beach. Veronica is a strong believer in the power of prayer, and she loves praying with people and seeing the results that prayer manifests as life itself. Reverend Veronica has been sober for the last 26 years and take life on one day at a time. She's also very proud of becoming a registered nurse 14 years ago at the age of 44. She served as a charge nurse on the COVID unit in 2020 and 2021. It was the most challenging time that Reverend Veronica has faced on her Science of Mind journey. She could not have made it without her meditation practice and many spiritual tools she has picked up along the way. Her favorite things to do are prayer, meditation, snow skiing, and laughing with her friends and family. Reverend Veronica's motto is, when you can see God in everyone and everything, life becomes magical. So with that being said, everybody put your hands together for our guest speaker, Reverend Veronica Silva.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Good to see you all. You know, I was driving up here. I lived in the Inland Empire for about 20 years, and I got out of my car. I'm like, oh, I remember this heat. I remember the hot steering wheel. So I feel like I'm back home again, so it's really good to be here. My printer did not cooperate today, so I'm going to see what I can do with my phone and my notes. But we just know God's in charge anyways, right? So good to be here. You guys are here at the perfect time and the perfect date. You know why? Today we're talking about enlightenment. Ooh, you are right in the right place. If you're in technology and technology land watching online, you are here at the right place as well, because we are all going to lighten up. That's what we're doing. We're going to lighten up, because that's what really I feel enlightenment is teaching us, is to lighten up. Now, I want to begin first with saying I understand that there are challenges in life, and I'm not dismissing it whatsoever. I want to know that if there is anyone in here having challenges right now, that we honor you and we love you, and this is an invitation to bring joy into your heart, to help to crack open the struggles that you may be going through. And so that is the invitation for anyone having struggles right now. We honor you as well. And knowing that it is our inherent nature, that joy is our inherent nature, no matter what's going on, no matter the conditions of life, we know will always change. Isn't that the truth? Have you seen that experience? If we can't say anything, we know that the conditions of our life will always change. But the one thing that never changes is that God resides within us, and it is our inherent nature, that joy is our inherent nature. Even when we cannot feel it or see it, it is there. When we sit and be still and know, we can feel it, and we can absorb it and just know and recognize that truth about us. And that's the joy that I want to talk about here today. We can talk about play and joy and happiness that comes and goes with the conditions of our life, but I'm talking about the anchor of God within us, that it's always there present, and when we tune into it. That's what I want to talk about, no matter the conditions of our life. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Yes. Amen to that. Absolutely. So let's begin with we are, by the way, we're on chapter 9 of our book of the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. And this book, Reverend Jeff left with us as a guideline for us. And I love it because this is a great book to take into life, where we are all leaders in our life. No matter where we're at, we are leading. If anything, we are leading our own life, right? Yes. And so the above the line for commitment 9 is living a life of play and rest. And the above the line commitment is I'm committed to creating a life of play, improvisation, and laughter. I commit to seeing all of life unfold easily and effortlessly. I commit to maximizing my energy by honoring rest, renewal, and rhythm. Isn't that beautiful? I thought this was quite ironic for me because I'm not really good at this. I struggle. I'm a doer, okay? I have a job and I'm a minister. I have 2 jobs, really, family. So this was really, I'm like, Spirit, is this your sense of humor? You know, is this your joke to show me where I need to work a little bit? And because I read the below the line, you know, when we talk about the 15 commitments in consciousness leadership, there's above the line, which is the higher road to take, and that's not judgment, it's just a choice, higher road. And then the below the line for this commitment is that I'm committing to seeing my life as serious. It requires hard work, effort, and struggle. I see play and rest as distractions from effectiveness and efficiency. Anybody want to admit to having some of that in them, okay? Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We need to get things done. So how can we find the balance of getting things done and having fun at the same time? And that's what this commitment is talking about, like how to allow God and the creativity. I mean, God is creativity, to allow that to work through us so we don't have to work with such effort. When we're efforting, we are closed and constricted. But when we are open and allowing the creative energy of Spirit to work through us, wow, we are accessing the infinite possibilities of the universe. So which would we rather have access to? My limited, I got to get this done, I got to work harder, this is hard, and I only have so much vision, right? Because I'm efforting. Or opening, breathing joyfully, finding the joy in the work, and opening up to the infinite possibilities where we can access the creative energies and access the unknown. Because in here, we're only working with what we know, and it's so limited, such limitations on what we know. And there's such great unknown that's just waiting to be birthed through us, yes? Yes. And it is through joy and laughter and fun that it's funny because God's found a way for us to chill out so I can use you as an instrument of my peace. So that I can use you for the instrument of my joy. I have to find a way to chill you out a little bit. Through joy, through laughter, through fun. I mean, our music here today, whew, did that just open you up? Yes, let's give some love to our musicians. Yes, it's just like the movement and the dance and the rhythm, it's just like, whew, that's like God in expression. God's moving us and moving our body. So let's talk. You know, I found this quote is really great. I don't know who this person is, but I love their quote. Their name is Tukaram. Haven't had a chance to look them up, but it says, if God would stop telling jokes, I might act a little more serious. And doesn't it seem that way? Like life, like we have our plans, right? We got this list of things to do, and then God says, ha, ha, ha. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going to happen today. Let's play with technology, and let's let my printer not work so I can't print my notes, and let me not access the internet on my iPad so I can't have my iPad up here, and you're going to use your phone today, Veronica. So just little things like that where I can choose to just roll with it. I'm like, okay. Or I can get really serious about it. Like, I have to do this, and the presentation has to be perfect, and, all of that stuff that I could choose to go to. And sometimes, the play, we get to evolve into the play, right? Because sometimes we get our innate nature sometimes is to want to control it, right? It's okay. You can admit it. I'm recovering controlaholic, okay? It's like, my name is Veronica, and I'm a controlaholic, and you say, hi, Veronica. It's okay. However, when we can acknowledge that first, and then find, sometimes we have to look for it, right? The fun, the play. We evolve into someone serious, into someone who's more playful. And we can still get what needs to get done through the play. Our first slide is Reverend Michael Beckwith. Some of you may be familiar with him. He's the spiritual director of Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles. And he talks about play-volving. I love Reverend Michael. He always plays on words, okay? And he calls it play-volving. And he says, remember back before you were told, stop playing around and get serious. Before you bought into that nonsense, you had a highly charged sense of enthusiasm, joy, spontaneity, and lightheartedness. Even in the face of challenges you may currently have, your inexhaustible life force hasn't gone anywhere. I want to say that again. Your inexhaustible life force hasn't gone anywhere. Consider this your permission to stop being serious and resume play-volving, a high state of creativity, and celebrating on the great playground of life. I say yes to that. Absolutely, yes. Because that's what we're talking about, the high state of creativity. Where do you think inventions come from? Geniuses live and reside in the high state of creativity. Masterpieces are born in the high state of creativity, not from our effort, it's from our surrender. Yes. That could, I don't know about you, but that excites me. I'm like saying, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. So when there's something in front of you that's being asked of you to complete, I invite you to play-volve it, to play-volve in it, to access that high state of creativity. What is that for you? How do you access that state? Do you dance? Do you sing? Do you call one of your friends that makes you laugh? What do you do? Especially if you're an artist and maybe you get stuck. Maybe there's times you might get stuck. You know what I've done? I've added to I have that Siri FM or whatever the radio, where you have like 10,000 radio stations. I added the comedy station to my list. And I started listening to comedy to lighten me up. Especially if you're driving in traffic. Listening to comedy is a good thing. But what I found is there's studies that are done that if you just smile, you release serotonin in your blood. Serotonin is the happy hormone. Who does not want more happy hormones flooding your bloodstream, bringing our elevated state into that high state of creativity? So just by smiling, even if you're not happy, if you smile, it will make you happy. Isn't that interesting? So when you're not in a good place and you don't know what to do, just smile. And I'm going to invite you to test this. Take it for a test drive, okay? Just smile, and you will notice your mood will change. It's a beautiful thing. God's got us, it's got us. We just have to find the secrets, okay? And play, it's self-motivating. It makes you want more. It makes you want to connect even more. It makes you want to do it over and over again because it's so fun. You know who to call, right? When you're down, you know who's going to make you happy, who you can call that you'll joke around with and make you laugh. We know why do we know that? Because it's something we need. that joy, that release of the frustration. We need that inside of us. That's why we know who to call. You can always call on God too, right? God, make me laugh, please. I'm too serious right now. That's a dangerous question because God will make us laugh in ways we might not want. Oh, gosh. And conscious laughter, it invites others in. It doesn't exclude. Conscious laughter invites others in. It's contagious. It's contagious, is it not? If you find a group of people that are just, you can just see them laughing, and you can see God expressing in their face, is that not contagious? Yes, it is. I feel that's what our communities are. We just invite people in with our joy and our laughter and our connectivity. You know why? Because it's contagious. God, that light is contagious. We're drawn to it. Who does not want to have that contagious laughter? Who doesn't want to be a part of it? When life gets really hard, we go to the light. We go to the light. That fills us back up. And so what kind of playful person are you? There's so many different ways to play. Let's take a look at the next slide, and the book talks about this, the 8 dominant styles of play personalities. Maybe you're the joker, the silly one who's always cracking jokes, right, to break up the energy. I like this word, kinesthete. It's like an athlete, a dancer who uses their body to express, and that brings you joy. Maybe you're an explorer and you're an adventurer and you like to go out and explore new experiences. Or maybe competition brings you joy. If you're a competitive person and that competition brings you joy, yes. Or maybe you're a director, planning and executing scenes and events, and you like to create things through directing and see the final product of your work. That makes me happy. I like doing that. I like creating things and putting things in, and then, there's the manifestation. That makes you happy. Maybe you're a collector who likes to collect items, and you want to have the best collection, and that brings you joy. Yes. Maybe you're an artist or a creator, and you find joy from creating things from nothing, from a blank slate, and that excites you. Or maybe you're a storyteller, and the storyteller, you use your imagination, and some people tell stories through dance, and expressive dance, and they tell that story. Can anyone relate with any of these 8 up here? You're more than one, I'm sure, yes. Are there any that you can think of that aren't up here that maybe you utilize to bring you joy? Does anyone have any that they want to kind of shout out that they use, or do you think they're all covered? Because music, music makes you, as an expression, singing or dancing or creating? Singing? Singing, yes, singing, absolutely. Singing brings me joy too. I don't know if it brings joy to the people that hear me, but it brings joy to me. Yes, why? Because it's an expression of ourselves, and it also clears out our throat chakra, which brings more freedom to us as well, absolutely. Yes. And so if we move to the next slide, we talk about that managing our energy is more important than managing our time and our money. Why is that? Because it's all energy. It's all energy. Money's energy, time is energy. So when we manage our own energy, that's how we become an attraction to that which we want. It's really hard to manifest what we want from a frumpy attitude. Do you not? What's a frumpy attitude going to bring you? Frump. More frump. And who knows what that's going to look like. So we are going to work on, it's like, are you familiar with I don't even know if they have them anymore on the playgrounds, and they spin and they spin and they spin. What do they call it? That's not even, merry-go-round, thank you. Merry, like M-E-R-R-Y, happy, right? Merry, go round. Did anybody's siblings, like spin it so fast it like threw you off into the sand, like my brothers did that to me, right? But if you think about the merry-go-round as the law of the universe, the faster you turn that merry-go-round, the more momentum you build. And the more momentum you turn it, you're building momentum. It's coming back faster. And it's coming back faster. And that merry-go-round keeps moving. And who's creating the momentum? We are, by placing our attention on the merry. Yes? The merry goes round in our life. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, so our job is to push the merry-go-round and push it with joy and laughter and fun and creativity and watch it come back. And what does that do? It brings forth more joy and more laughter and more fun and more creativity. And who can say yes to that? Let me hear you right now. Yes, I say yes to that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So as we put our attention and put our energy into the merriness of life, it gives us the opportunity to bring forth more merriness. And what that does is that it also gives us opportunity to be that in the world for others, right? We want to be the change we want to see in this world. We want to be the joy that we want to see in this world. We want to be the laughter. This world needs a little more laughter, yes? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. How do we bring more laughter into this world? We be it. We cannot manifest a world of laughter and joy and peace from a place of frumpiness. Cannot. We manifest a world of love and peace and joy from being it. We are the pillars, the foundation from which it can be built. What is the saying to much have been given, much is asked? In consciousness. In consciousness. Yes. So that is our calling. That is why we are here. That's why we are here in these centers for spiritual living, because we said yes to that. We said yes to that. You said, oh, no, not me. I just wanted a new car. Back in the early days of when I was in Science of Mind, that's what it was about. That's okay. We learn as we go, about manifesting. And we get the car, and then we realize the car doesn't make us happy. Now I got to pay the insurance on the car. And then we, want the perfect relationship. And, we keep wanting the conditions of life to change to make us happy. And then there comes a day in these teachings when we realize those are great. I enjoy the opulence of God as my life. I'm saying that louder. I enjoy the opulence of God. Let's all say that together. I enjoy the opulence of God as my life. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. And I know that isn't what is going to make me happy. The joy that resides within me is when I tune into the joy of God, when I share the joy of God, when I share the love of God. I have found that that's what makes me ultimately, long-term, happy. When I come into a center and I share my love, everything else in my life, I can't even remember my problems, yes? Because we are in a safe space where we get to take care of each other. We're in a safe space where we get to remember who we are. Because we know the conditions, somehow they're going to resolve itself. How hard I think about them is not going to resolve them. If I smile, releasing the serotonin in my body, and then next thing I know, I'm dancing, releasing more serotonin in my body. Next thing I know, I'm laughing. Those conditions, they end up taking care of themselves, don't they? Have you ever been up against something like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this? Anyone, at least once in their lifetime? I don't know how this is going to happen. I am so afraid. Thinking about it did not change it. I usually dug myself into a deeper hole and felt worse. But when I would do my practices of trying to honor the conditions, okay, they're real, whether that's something I got to pay, whatever, they're real. I'm not denying that they're real, but there is a truth that overrides all conditions. And that's where I'm asking us to go. And one of the access paths to it is joy. One of the doorways is laughter. And so that's what I'm asking us to access with each other so that we can create the domino effect in this world. And it starts right here. It starts right here in this room. We create the domino effect in this room, and it trickles out into this Riverside area. And then that trickles out into California, to the United States, and beyond. So it does start with us. We don't, if we don't know anything, we can know that we can change the world individually from that domino effect. That is what it means to say we were made in the image and likeness of God, because we have that within us. Can I get a yes to that? Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. So as I close here today, I want to just read this here, that we were born to be happy. I need an amen to that. We were born to be happy, to be abundantly supplied with goodness. Yes, yes. To have fun in living, to consciously unite with the divine power that is all around us. To consciously unite with the divine power that is within us, and to grow and expand forever. That is our friend Ernest Holmes. And I'm going to read that again, okay? And if I can ask our musicians to join me after I read this. We were born to be happy, to be abundantly supplied with goodness, to have fun in living, to consciously unite with the divine power that is around us and within us, and to grow and expand forever. Can I get a yes to that? Yes. Absolutely, yes, yes. And so, to put this practice in action, I asked our beloved musicians, and thank you for my last-minute request. I appreciate it so much. We're going to do a very serious prayer right now, okay? You ready? It's very serious. So you ready? Join in, okay? Everybody stand up for this prayer.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Woo! Yay! Thank you, thank you.
They knew it.
Thank you. And then as I go into prayer, knowing that the divine is present right here in this room through the expression of joy, laughter, and happiness, and that it resides within each and every cell of each and every body in this room and technology and beyond. So I am so grateful for this truth. I'm so thankful for the knowing of this law that only says yes to that which we imprint upon it. I accept this right here and right now as we all say together, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you so much. Thank you.